Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I am Casey and this is Casey's Crochets. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the 5 ways that you can make money as a crocheter. And these are ways that I also plan on using if I'm not already doing so. These options are like a wide variety depending on how much time you have, how much energy and effort you are wanting to put in up front, all the way through. It's really up to you and you can kind of customize it the way that you want to, but these are just some ideas to start off with your crochet business. Idea number 1, and probably the most obvious idea, is to sell your handmade products. Now, this is the most time consuming depending on what you're making, and can be the most physically taxing. You might experience burnout quicker with this. But I say if you're gonna do it, go for it. Find things that you enjoy making that maybe don't take a ton of time. So for me, for example, I felt that for the longest time that if I was going to start a crochet business, it had to be something that I perceived people to want the most, which was amigurumi, stuffed animals, stuffed characters, things like that. That's not my cup of tea. I am not that kind of crocheter, and I think it's so cool. I made a cute bunny once, it was great, but it's just really not what I'm passionate about crocheting. I've really been into girly pinks and whites and hearts and bows. Those are the things that I've been into, and so I decided that is what I want to sell, because I know there are people out there who like that stuff, and if not, that's okay. I'm enjoying the process of making these things, whether that be to sell or, you know, to try my own patterns out, which I will also go over as well here in a little bit. But yeah, and then when it comes to actually selling, there are a couple different ways you can do it. The most common and the way that I'm doing it right now, just for the time being, is on Etsy. Now, Etsy does take a percentage of the amount, like, of the sales you make. So that's why I'm just using it to start out. I am hopefully going to transition eventually to my own website, which I've heard some back and forth about. I think Etsy's a good place to start to like get your name out there. They kind of have, people coming in, like a client base already there. So I think that's where I want to start, especially because I don't want to pay for my own website right now. But that is something I eventually want to do. So you could sell on Etsy, you could sell on your own website, and then a little bit later I'll talk about markets. Option number 2 is to sell your own patterns. Now this is where I really want to focus my time and energy into. I think it's great to like put all of your effort into making a pattern, just really putting a lot of time and energy into it, perfecting it, testing the pattern, seeing what works, what doesn't, and then creating a PDF and selling it. And then you put all that time and effort and energy up front, and now it's passive. Now people are buying it and you don't have to put any extra work. Whereas like when you sell your handmade products, you consistently have to keep making that thing. But if you just sell a pattern or sell a digital product, boom, it's passive after that. So what I'm doing right now is really focusing on creating my own patterns, which is not something I have ever done before. I've made a couple and they're going really well. So right now I've just made a couple free patterns that I've posted on my channel, so feel free to check those out. But eventually I do want to sell those patterns, so I'm working really hard on creating different patterns. And like I said, this is not something I have experience with. I'm really just learning and teaching myself as I go. I am thinking of posting a whole video on pattern making and my experience with it, and maybe where to start if you're a beginner. So let me know if you'd like to see that. I think with pattern making, it's more difficult, product you're making into like a digital product, it takes time and is more difficult up front, but I think in the long run it's worth it and becomes your passive income. So that's what I'm going to be focusing a lot of my energy and effort on. Number 3 is YouTube. Now, I ain't no YouTube expert. I just started. I think as of right now, I have 14 subscribers. I've got a long way to go. But if you're consistent and you put in the effort and you show up, I truly believe I will one day get paid from YouTube. And I'm excited to share that with you when that comes along. Obviously with YouTube, it's a slower start at first, and that may take a year, 2 years. I don't know, however long it takes me to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, I think. I'm pretty sure that's it. So yeah, it may take me a while to get there, but I think eventually it will be worth it, not only for the money, but for building a community of people who genuinely want to see what you're putting out there and creating. And like, I think it's cool that I get to make a pattern and then share that with people and see if they like it or if they have feedback or if they like, oh, this works, this doesn't, hey, can you help me with it? Like, I think that is what makes YouTube so special. But I also think, you know, eventually it could be a source of income for me and you. I think if you're a crocheter and you want to start a YouTube channel, do it. Just post free tutorials, just vlog, build a community, just put yourself out there. You never know what could happen. I mean, in a month from now, things could be so different on my YouTube channel than they are in this moment. I woke up this morning and I had 55 views on my video and I was freaking out. Like, I was so excited and so happy about that. And then in the afternoon I checked, I had 84. I'm just saying, it's the small wins. And I think with YouTube, like, it'll build up your confidence to like put more of your product out there, more patterns, more handmade products, like whatever you're feeling. Like, I think YouTube will give you the confidence to do so. Number 4, markets. Now, this one, to me, has a good amount of pros and a good amount of cons. The pros, you get to meet people face to face. You're in person, so you may have more of a chance to kind of sell yourself, like convince someone to buy your product, whereas online, people can just click away. They're not, you know, standing in front of you looking at your work. People may feel more obligated, or I'm a people pleaser. If I'm looking at someone and I really like what they're selling and I maybe would put it in my cart and save it for later and really think about it, maybe I wouldn't think about it if they're standing right in front of me and I already really want the product. So I think there's a little bit of face-to-face interaction that helps boost sales. And then another pro is that you can make a pretty decent profit depending on like the market you go to, the season. So usually they're in the summer. I know for me, I like looked into it. I'm at the end of summer right now, so most of them were already booked up. But if you book a consistent market, like say you book a market in your area for every weekend, that's every weekend you can sell your products and, you know, at least guarantee one buyer. You know what I mean? Like, you know you're gonna get something out of it. Cons, huge time commitment, huge, especially if you book every single weekend. And you have to have products. Like, you can't just, like, if you're in a market, if you're booked for a market, you have to have the product stocked, which means more time hand making products, which means it's hard work. It's a lot of work, especially for handmade artists to be going to these markets every week. But I think next year I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna apply. I'm gonna see if I get into a market. Maybe I won't do every weekend, but I do think it might be worth just putting myself out there, meeting people face to face, building more of a local community. And even if, you know, you don't make that much sales, you can give them your business card, you can link them to your store, like whatever the case is, like you can build a customer base. Number 5, this one is courses. Courses, coaching, that sort of thing. I think one day I will dabble in that area. I think it would be cool to build and actually put a lot of time and effort and energy into a course where I could teach people how to crochet. But I think it would have to be something where it's not just content they can find for free on YouTube, or something that adds more value so that I feel confident in selling it. I think that could be a good source of income, because it's kind of like the digital products with like creating your own pattern. So you put a lot of work up front and then it pays off from there. Even say you do coaching, maybe it's not for a crochet business, but in general, like that's you giving, someone access to your knowledge. And I think that is definitely worth the money, worth what you're charging. Like obviously don't go too crazy, but coaching and courses, there's money in that. But you have to have the time to do so. These aren't things you can just half-ass. Like you have to put effort into all of these things. This is not a get-rich-quick method as a crocheter. How can you invest into yourself, into your business? How can you reach your goals as a crochet business owner? And I'm also working on that. So I plan on sharing my journey, opening my crochet business, what I learned along the way, like all the things I talked about today, I plan on using myself, and I am excited. I'm so excited to share that journey with you. And I hope you want to stick around and like this video, smash that subscribe button. Okay, in all seriousness, thank you so much for watching and engaging. Please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I appreciate you being here, and I hope you stick around. Thanks.